Hi guys. Saying hi, I'll just take off, turn on my camera and say hello. Please enjoy this standby entertainment while we wait for everybody. I do want to apologize for the technical difficulties. You know me, always gonna be technical difficulties. For some reason, the audio is not playing, but it is what it is. We're just gonna hang around and wait for everyone to come on. We'll give them a few more minutes, maybe like a little 5 minutes or something. But thanks for joining, guys, and feel free to turn on your cameras. Hi, Isis.
Hi, evening, everyone.
Oh, that's so funny. My volume was all the way down too. I was like, why am I not hearing anything? Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Also just realized my camera was off and I was just like waving again. And not. Is hubby close by as well?
Still at work.
Oh gosh. Okay. So
Yeah.
it goes, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, still gonna give it a few more minutes. I wanna wait for those guys from Zed and for Anya to join us, and then we'll start. Y'all are getting a sneak peek with the video because I just got it today. So hopefully soon we'll be posting it, but everything came out really nicely. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the ball rolling. Hi, everybody. I hope you all are doing well. Welcome to I think this is our first ever official community call, like outside of Wallet and Wine. So thanks everyone for coming. Much appreciated. So why are we here today? What are we doing? Well, we just wanted to first of all start off by saying thank you to all of you guys for everything that you all have helped us to accomplish over the past 6 months and basically since Wildflower started. We know that our approach has been a little bit different to a traditional fashion brand, to the point where I would say now that, are we even a fashion brand anymore? Who knows? And that's kind of the exciting news that we want to share with you guys today. So, like I said, first and foremost, thank you for everything. Thank you for all of your support, and really looking forward to your continued support in the future. Before I get into the little look backs, I'd just love it if everybody could maybe turn on their microphones and say a little bit about themselves. I don't mind starting just to get the ball rolling. So I'm Safia. I'm the brand director for Wildflower. I'm also a stylist, a creative director, and well, actually super excited because this is my second week working full-time for Wildflower. So, you know, things are happening. So who wants to go next and introduce themselves? How about you, Steph? Not to put you on the spot.
Hi. I work in quality assurance and some social media. And last year I got into NFTs, and this is when I would have joined this awesome group. So I can't wait to see where we would go with this group and this community.
I'll go next. Hi, I'm Shariel. I'm the corporate secretary of the FinTech Association. I also work in wealth management and investments. And I would have joined the group through Zed. And, you know, my passion for seeing Trinidad to become a digital society and pushing forward with that agenda. And the FinTech Association of Trinidad and Tobago's mandate to have Trinidad and Tobago become a financial hub for the region. And I enjoy attending community meetups like this so I can understand and get to know what's happening within the community and see how we can put from a regulatory and a governmental perspective to get all these projects going and to help in other ways like funding and putting y'all with the right persons and stuff. So I look forward to seeing all that y'all have been up to and seeing how the association can help take your project further. That's it.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Isis Ben. I am a project officer with the Ministry of Finance. I am very, very green and new to this whole NFT situation. And I would have met Sophia the last meetup with Don Dada at Eljules. And I think it was Nick who would have helped me set up my NFT account. And no, I think it's my wallet at the function. And I got my first NFT. So I'm very, very, very new and still trying to understand all of everything that is happening. So I'm glad I'm in the community where I can learn and it's a safe space to grow. So I'm glad to be here.
Anyone want to take a turn and introduce themselves? Collaborators, y'all are more than welcome to as well.
Hey. I could have, horrible. I could have sworn this call was at 7 o'clock. I literally rushed home in my gym clothes. I'm going to put on my camera, but I'm a mess. So that's just some context for y'all. What's up, everybody? My name is Ariane. I am a co-founder over at Zed Labs. And we work with Wildflower as blockchain consultants, marketing consultants. And we've really been able to see the brand just evolve and come to life and really be like a beacon for Web3 education in Trinidad, and really directed and beneficial to women in particular, which has been awesome to see. And yeah, a little bit about me. My background is in marketing. I got into Web3 just over 1 year ago, and it has been quite a wild ride. Very happy to be here and be working alongside Saf and Anya and my co-founder Mark. So.
Hi everyone, I'm gonna say hi quickly also because it's dinner time in the household, so I have to try to balance a couple of things, but it's so nice to see or at least hear some of you, and I did miss maybe the first few minutes, I'm sorry, but it's very exciting to have the first one of these. We've been plotting and planning for a long time now to be able to start to do more regular community sync ups and more of the type of events that can do exactly this, get to know you guys and you guys get to know us. And I really just have to give Saf, Mark and Ari all the props because honestly I'm in New York and like trying to balance 10,000 things and somehow all of this is continuing to come to life. So thank you guys so much for all of your commitment and perseverance, because I know that this last 18 months has been a huge learning curve for me personally. So I was hearing, I think it was Isis who shared about just this being a new space for you. I might have gotten that wrong, but just that's where I was about 18 months ago. And, Mark brought me over to Zed Labs and set up my first MetaMask wallet, and the rest is history. So very excited for anybody for whom this is new. And the whole point of all of these types of calls is to bring people into the space in a gentle, warm, welcoming, ask any question. Nothing is ever the wrong question to ask, because that's how we've even got, well, I can speak for myself. Okay, great, I did get it right, Isis. Anyway, just thrilled to be here. I am going to be off camera, but I'm totally here and excited for the first of many. Thank you, guys.
Does anyone else want to take a chance to say hi? You could shoot.
Hi, good evening.
Oh, hello. How are you?
Hi, my name's Cecile George, and I am reasonably new member to Wyld Tribe. I think I joined like a month or two ago. I had my first experience at LJO's as well, which was fantastic. I am a screenwriter and I do a lot of work with the cultural and heritage industries. So I am very interested in using NFTs in the cultural space and really helping our artists market themselves and their creations internationally so they can become more financially independent. And I think this is a wonderful way for them to be able to do that. I don't know how many of them are even aware of NFTs or how NFTs would work, but I think I see a great potential in it, especially if we then get onto like a platform where the actual avatars or whatever could be used. I'm still fairly new to NFTs myself. I'm learning all about it. But I really think it's a great thing that we can, and it has so much great potential. And I'm hoping to be part of that. And I'm very excited to be hooked up with Wyld Tribe and now Zed Labs. Thanks.
Okay, perfect. So what we can probably do is do a couple more introductions at the end and just start getting into the swing of things. So like I mentioned a little bit earlier, the past 6 months have been so amazing for Wildflower and for the Wyld Tribe. We have accomplished so much and have been the first to do so many amazing things when it comes to fashion and Web3 within the Caribbean. And all of that obviously has to do with you guys and your involvement in the community and in the tribe. So what I wanted to do is just show a little roadmap of what we've done so far to kind of put it all out there. So the first big thing that happened this year happened in March, where we created digital twins of our entire Wyld Ting collection and showcased them at Metaverse Fashion Week. So this was kind of a big deal. First ever Metaverse Fashion Week, and a Caribbean brand just standing tall and repping alongside very notable brands like DKNY. And it was actually such an incredible experience to be in that space and such a fantastic learning experience as well. I think that was probably one of the biggest takeaways for us, is how much we actually learned about how the process of digitizing clothes and stuff actually works. And needless to say, we couldn't have done that without quite a few people, of course, Zed Labs. But I think something that we can be very proud of and something that Wildflower continues to pride itself on is the fact that we really do our best to source all the talent for all of our projects from within the community. So we had Creator Labs to thank for the production of these garments. And we had actually Fijicode, who is, well, not from, I guess, directly within the Caribbean community, but was our partner for this event and actually ended up taking us to the metaverse. And then, of course, in true Trini Caribbean fashion, we had to have a lime to celebrate. So we had our first ever in real life event for the community in collaboration with Zed Labs called Let's Get Phygital. And I think that was probably just, I mean, we had such a hard time trying to get everything organized. And I think even up to the day, you know, we were still falling behind on a couple things. And a couple people came in early and helped us set up, and, you know, thanks to y'all, you know who you are, the real MVPs. But it ended up being such an incredible event. And I think at least the highlight for me was getting to meet and know so many of y'all and start putting faces, actual faces, to all of the names that we see popping up in the chat all the time. So then, of course, we thought to ourselves, well, how are we gonna one up this? Like, how are we gonna do something again for the community that's gonna continue to push those boundaries and continue to innovate. And so we decided to have this event in collaboration with partners like Zed Labs, Don Dada, and Mansu Musa, who's actually on this call right now. So thank you guys for partnering with us on this event, because it was actually like, it checked a lot of boxes, again, in terms of being the first. It was the first NFT gated event in the region, the first AR exhibition in Trinidad. We had the first POAP at a Caribbean event, and this is all that we know of thus far. And I would just like to say that the POAP was, for all intents and purposes, completely sold out. And it was like completely sold out before the night even ended. I think at one point, those guys went a little crazy trying to make sure that, you know, everybody got their POAPs. But I remembered being a mad rush to Mark and Tony as soon as we spoke about it, just everybody just flocked over there. So thank you all for being so open to trying out new things, for testing out the technology, and also just like enjoying the experience. Because I think it was so nice to see so many people be exposed to something new, like the NFT ticketing, the AR art, and the POAP, and just be so open to trying it and actually adopting it. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe you could send a little thumbs up on the side there. Thumbs up, everyone who minted the POAP at the Don Dada event. Okay, Ari got one. I think Isis got one as well. Steph got one. Oh, I was so busy talking, I didn't even get one. I wonder if it's too late to mint some more. But yeah, just shout out to you guys for that. And the last big thing that happened in May, and this is really like where I would like to pass the mic to Mark and Ari to share about this, is our collaborators, Zed Labs, they tested WAM. I mean, I went and it was actually amazing. Like, I personally can't wait for this technology to be in the hands of vendors and consumers, because it really does make paying so easy. So I'll just pass the torch to you guys so you all can share a little bit on that.
Hey, sorry, I was driving on the way back from the grocery. But I don't know if Ari was gonna speak to it at all. Yeah, I could fill in basically what why that test event was so important for us at WAM. Is because we have been like working very hard to bring a digital wallet solution to Trinidad. And there's a bunch of things that go on behind the scenes to even building an app. It's like building a great team. It's building an ecosystem. It's fitting the right technology to the problem. And that first test event was us kind of stating that, yep, this is the final architecture. And this is what we're bringing out to market. And we're just going to do a test event to see, like, to test a lot of our theories, because we've been building and testing like with ourselves, but we haven't done a out in the open test event. And that was our first one, and it went really well. We got a lot of great feedback and a lot of great ideas and improvements that we could make to the application. I think most importantly, what it means for Wildflower is that the reason why WAM was built in the first place is so that we could financially include a lot of people who are left out by the traditional banking system, but also we can financially empower people. And I think that's one of our mission-oriented goals that we share with the Wildflower, and why we are so, why we do spend so much of our, I guess, time and effort into like really pushing Wildflower forward, is because we believe so much in their mission and their values, and obviously they have a great team, but we share that mission. And essentially WAM is going to be that on-ramp into the crypto ecosystem as well. So not only are we financially empowering people, but we're allowing people to go into places that now all of the banks in Trinidad have kind of discontinued us to be able to go. And we want to be able to, you know, offer things like purchasing cryptocurrencies or, you know, buying NFTs or whatever it is in the crypto sphere. And we hope that WAM will help enable this and make it a lot easier than it currently is, because I know that's one of the main problems too. So yeah, I think that's why it's super important for us. That Zed and Ariek might want to touch on some other things.
Now you got it. Definitely wrapped up kind of the importance of that and how we all fit together. So thank you for that.
Well, thanks for sharing, guys. I mean, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna plug them because I find everybody's always too ashamed to plug themselves. But go follow Zed Labs on Instagram, go follow WAM now, okay? Just to keep abreast of what they're doing, because I think it really has the potential to be, like Mark said, life-changing for a lot of people in Trinidad. And yeah, I mean, it's gonna be pretty life-changing for the community too, with everything that we have in store. So before I tell you what we have in store, I know this is cheesy, but I do wanna take a moment to do a little round of applause, you know, a little virtual round of applause to the entire community for all of you guys, for all of your help, and for helping us get this far and helping us to achieve all of those amazing, momentous things that we spoke about. I mean, I always think about this as, you know, just like when all of these new things were coming out, like when Instagram was coming out, I just kind of thought, like, nobody's gonna use that, you know? Like, why am I even gonna create an Instagram profile? Why am I even going through the trouble of doing all of this? And now it's mainstream, it's adoption. And to me, Web3 and the metaverse and all of these things, they will be mainstream someday. And I really think that it's inspiring that our community can act as pioneers for change and progress within the regional scape. And I don't know, hopefully, you know, make Web3 cool. Okay, maybe that should be our new slogan. But yeah, I mean, what a momentous feat. And I am so excited to share with y'all what we have planned. So essentially, this is a little roadmap of what's in store for the next 6 months. We have a lot going on that I think y'all are gonna be super excited about. And I'm trying to decide where to begin because I'm just so excited about everything. So as you can tell, we're gonna start back our community sync-ups just to keep you guys informed of what we're doing, with the intention of really shifting away from a brand to more of a community. The fact is that our community is made up of a lot of incredible people with incredible voices and incredible talents. And we do believe that everybody has something to contribute and bring to the table to help encourage each other's growth and the growth of this community, and therefore push this. Oh, hi, Jarian. And therefore continue to push this message of empowerment that, you know, we stand for so much. Sorry, guys, my doggy is talking to his friend next door. Let me just close the door real quick. I'll be back.
He's excited about the metaverse too.
Can't do anything with these kids these days, huh? He's just living his best life. He just got a shower and now he wants to bark down the place. Hey, stop. Right, so in addition to our regular community syncs, so we're thinking that we're gonna have these maybe like once a month just to touch base with you guys and eventually transition this to 2 times per month. with the intention of keeping you guys informed, sharing with you guys how you can actually get involved in projects that we're working on, since we know that a lot of you appreciate the hands-on experiences and you want to learn more, and would like to develop your skill sets with respect to this Web3 community. So we will be sharing with you guys as much as we can as time goes on. We're also going to be bringing back Wallet and Wine, our very, schmoozy, not so tipsy because nobody had wine the past few times, little series that we had going on about crypto education. And this time we want to focus on what are some of the big things and big topics that everybody wants to know about. So actually next week is going to be our first episode back out, and it's going to be focused on NFT ticketing. So that's going to be next week, Thursday. You could mark it down in your calendar, save the date, all those things. But we'd love to see you guys there again, obviously, especially those of you who attended the last event, so that, I don't know, if you want to hop on and talk about what the experience was like, I think that would be really cool for you to share your experience with the rest of the community. So in August, we're going to have Zed Labs give us a little bit more info about WAM. And then in September for Wallet and Wine, we're going to do some live interviews because we will be having a tech festival in October in collaboration with Zed Labs, Don Dada, Nick Huggins, and Island. And it will be the first of its kind, once again, in the entire Caribbean. So the goal of this is really to share everything that we've learned as a group of creators, as a group of collaborators with the rest of our community and with the public, because we do believe that it's empowering to live in this space. And we think that it's important that everybody have access to technology, everybody have access to information, and that people know how they can get involved if they would like to get involved. So I'll be dropping some more deets on that at the next community call, or maybe the one after. Maybe you'll have to keep coming and see. But another exciting thing that we have going on is we will be launching a DAO. Wildflower will be launching a DAO. That is a decentralized autonomous organization. So it's a little bit of terminology to say that we will be essentially making our community official. So what we would like to do is create a system so that our community can continue to empower itself, grow itself, learn from itself. And I will be sharing more about DAOs with you guys on the community syncs, because it is a little bit of a challenging concept. I know it took me probably forever to understand what it was, and a lot of like head nodding and pretending until I finally sat down and did all the research. But I would encourage you for now, definitely go online and look it up and check it out. But it is a really awesome way to create an ecosystem of creators and providers to fund social impact projects, which we are very passionate about, to fund community events, and to make sure that people learn and are able to use their skill sets in the process. So the last big thing that we have happening this year is going to be the launch of our second collection. That's right, the second one, because I know that I feel like everyone's been waiting for a second one, but we're going to be doing that just in time for Carnival, First big Carnival means we have to have like a nice, big, exciting collection and collection launch. But this time is going to be different. We're going to do it a little bit different from a traditional collection launch and a traditional fashion collection. We want you guys to get involved, and we want to hear what you guys want to see, what you guys want to buy. So basically the goal of this entire exercise and the DAO and all of these community sync-ups is to really give you guys a platform and a space to share your voices and have an impact on the creative direction and output of the brand. Because, well, you guys are our tribe, so it just makes sense, right? So just know that the door is always open. You can share any ideas that you have about any of these events with myself, just send me a WhatsApp. But at each of the community sync-ups, we will be giving you guys a little bit more information on all of these things. So that being said, and I know it's a lot, what do you think? Does anybody have any questions, concerns, or comments? As my teacher would say. I know it was a lot to digest, but love to know what you guys think about this plan.
I think particularly the last few minutes, hearing you, I guess, verbalize it, is just so powerful. I like you often find like there's like pivotal moments in a company or a brand where like they've shifted or like pivoted a little bit, and this move to community centric and giving more power to the community, I feel is like you never know where it's gonna go, but it feels like opening it up to everyone is gonna propel this brand so far, and especially like launching it in time for the next big carnival as well. Like, yeah, to me it's super powerful.
Yeah, I think I definitely appreciate your feedback, and I totally agree. I think that we have the potential to do really amazing things. I mean, the past couple events that we've had, I mean, we've only had 2, but I mean, I'm following some of y'all on Instagram now and all of these things. We've gotten to know each other a little bit better through the chat, through conversations in person, and there really is a lot of talent. And to Cecile's point, there are better ways to help provide opportunities to creators and people within our community who are talented. And creating a DAO provides us with a mechanism to be able to do that. So to source talent from within our community and reward our community for actually contributing to the success of the brand. So I think that's what I'm really excited about. I personally know what it's like to struggle as an artist and constantly have to fight down for my worth. And I mean, every time I would send in like an invoice for something, people would always be like, well, that's too high, and this person is charging this amount. And no matter how good you are or how good you think your service is or what you think you're worth, there's always this question of value. And what I love about this mechanism is that we can build it however we want. We can shape it to our values, which are based on, fairness. We want to empower. We have the opportunity to create an ecosystem for our community of creators so that they don't have to have that experience, and they can have additional revenue streams and be a part of something bigger than themselves and contribute to a worthy cause like school by doing something that they love and, getting actually rewarded for it too. So I think that's pretty amazing. Anyone else have any thoughts?
I'm just interested to know if anybody has questions for us, like in terms of why we're doing any of this, or what has guided this strategy, or what's kind of behind all of this ambitious work. If anybody has any questions about Wildflower, or even Spool, Safia mentioned Spool, which some of you may not know about, which we're happy to. I think Manson could answer that question. And also, I did not know you were on the call. So I have to also big you up and thank you so much for being such a completely, incredibly generous driver of all of this work, particularly to do with the DAO. So grateful. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, happy to try to answer them. But other than that, yeah, I mean, the DAO has been something from the beginning. There's a school. Okay, so I mentioned spool. Is that what you mean? Cecile? Was it Cecile? Yes, okay. Yeah, Spool is a women's livelihood initiative that I co-founded with a long-standing friend of mine and now business partner, which is essentially we're training women how to sew for the carnival and fashion industries. And it is focused on Venezuelan migrants and Trinidadian women. So a lot of, as Mark mentioned, the value alignment that we've had from day one is bringing more livelihood and financial inclusion to, you know, people in the Caribbean in general, but in my case and in the case of Wildflower, very focused on women's empowerment. So Spool is basically partly funded by Wildflower. So when I first started Wildflower in 2020, at the time it was a traditional clothing line. So we were aiming to sort of like, you know, allocate a certain percentage of sales of the clothing to the initiative. But then, of course, as we started to understand more and more about Web3, we realized, my goodness, this is a real opportunity to drive value to the initiative itself. So it's still, you know, a continuous work in progress as to exactly how that will work. But essentially, any revenue earning opportunities for Wildflower through Wildflower, part proceeds go to Spool and the operating and the sort of evolution of that initiative. So it's an IDB Lab funded project, but it is definitely something that we want to bring more and more awareness to, because a lot about Wildflower is about freedom. When we first launched the brand, it was about freedom of expression through the wearing of the clothes, freedom of creativity for the women and, you know, the designers who design the clothes, and freedom of economic empowerment, economic emancipation for the women who make the clothes. That was the through line. And now it's just a whole other level of freedom through the development of this community, as Saf was just saying. You know, everybody who gets to participate in this development of this, what Wildflower is becoming, we hope is going to experience some level of freedom in some way or another. You know, whatever that version is for you, whatever liberation looks like for you. Some of our community may love the clothing line, some may really love the events, some may love the education, like whatever it is a form of liberation. And we hope that that's what we sort of promote through the development of the DAO and the growth of the community. I think Steph asked about what guided this new direction. I don't know, does anybody else, Saf, Mark, Mansa Musa, Ari, want to answer why we're going in this DAO direction? Or else I can. Go ahead, Mark.
I'd say it'd be interesting to hear like Mansa Musa's take on it as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I probably say this a lot, but a DAO, I think the real power of the DAO is that you know, as I've been building like tech companies, I found that a lot of successful companies are very user focused. So they're customer centric, they're customer first. And I feel like that's a new direction of this like new tech movement. And as we move into the information age and become a lot more knowledgeable and empowered, what I do find moving with that wave of like how you run a company is being very consumer centric, but also employee happiness and employees also being one of the major focal points to an organization. So if you think about just running an organization from a DAO perspective, what a DAO really allows you to do is kind of move a lot of the attention away from your top level and like your board members or your investors, and you actually take those positions of investors and board members and you move it into the community and it's now powers of numbers rather than, I guess, the numbers of power. But essentially, what a DAO allows us to do is to be a lot more community centric because of the platform that a DAO is, where it allows community members to be a lot more involved in the decision making of where an organization is going, and pushing the brand and propelling it in ways that they think that it should go. And I think never before in history has the customers or the community have such sway in where they really think that a company that they love should go. So that's why I think it's really important for us. That's my little spiel.
I agree. Mansa Musa, shall we put you on the spot? There you are.
Yeah, sure, I guess.
You want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, the whole point of
No.
a pseudo is not to introduce myself.
You could introduce yourself as your pseudo.
Well, yeah, Mansa Musa.
Nice pseudo.
What was the emperor of the 14th from the 14th century? Most
Welcome.
well famed as, you know, the most richest man in the world. But yeah, that's a story for another day about African liberation. But yeah, essentially what you're looking at in terms of a DAO is, I'll just deconstruct the name. The first aspect is decentralization, right? What these internet communities have enabled us to be able to discover is what a decentralized company could actually look like, or a decentralized organization could look like. So outside of your traditional power structures, where there's a C-suite that holds power and makes all decisions, a DAO converts that decision-making responsibility and even just responsibility to the members of the community. So if you think of your traditional fashion brand, if you go to Adidas or Nike, the designers who designed last year's collection, you don't know their names and they don't have any influence on how the brand is created, how it's managed, how it's marketed, and all those things. And so what we're hoping to do inside of Wildflower is create a different type of organization that puts basically the keys in the hands of the community, and so that you could have a decentralized decision-making structure that allows a community to really drive the brand and drive the focus and drive the energy of the organization. Autonomous also goes to the heart of what we would like to be able to form here, which is organizing people into tribes, as it were. And tribes would be like a designer's tribe and events tribe or something of that sort, or the various types of designers that would exist. And they would be able to function with a measure of autonomy that would allow them to be able to actually create and innovate and build new things and new systems that we hadn't seen. And organization speaks to just how we want to be able to organize ourselves. And so part of what we're doing is we want to be able to have like an on-chain identity. We want to have democratic systems for voting that ensures that beyond us just saying, yeah, we want the community to be able to make decisions, we codify those things using smart contracts, using using the blockchain basically, and such that if a decision passes or doesn't pass, that plays out entirely on chain. And so that really well, those are like the high level shapes, but what the end goal is to create a different type of organization that truly embraces the power of community, that truly empowers those who are disempowered before, and allow them to be able to take ownership of what they want to be able to build.
Thank you, wise one. Does that answer the question, Steph? Do you have a follow-up? Steph is there. Oh, there you are. You're on mute. Steph, you're on mute.
Oh, no follow-up. I was just wondering what the direction was going to be like, and I was interested to learn more.
Okay, cool. Well, I think, Steph, you said there's going to be a DAO-specific wallet and wine, right? Or maybe several.
Yeah, so the community syncs are really going to be focused on getting the community up to speed on exactly what a DAO is, how it works, you know, in addition to keeping you all updated on everything that's going on and including you guys in that process. So even if we don't have like the DAO up and running yet in terms of the technology, the smart contracts, the blockchain, we can all start like participating or like practicing for when it does happen by starting to empower you guys by giving you guys more of a voice and more of a say in the events that we're having, the collection, you know, how you all want to participate to see the brand grow and the community thrive. So yeah, so the community syncs will be focused on basically on the DAO, like getting you guys up to speed on that. So yeah, does anyone have any more questions or comments or anything? I mean, you want to just say like you had a real nice day today, you could do that too. All right, cool. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much to everyone for attending today. Really appreciate it. I am just so you know, I am keeping a note of everybody who's been attending everything because we really want to find a way to thank you all, especially people who are always engaging with us, always reaching out, always sending ideas, always offering to help. So yeah, anyways, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for joining. I'll continue to keep you all updated. And I'm gonna be sending a couple infographics in the Wyld Tribe tomorrow, just with the wallet and wine schedule and the community schedule, so that everybody knows what's going on and when, and y'all could save the dates one time. All right, cool. Well, thanks a lot, guys, and thanks to everyone who spoke today. I guess I'll see you all at the next one, right?
Which will have co-ops.
Yeah.
Which will have
Yes.
what?
I was
Which
saying
will
we
have
need community sync
co-ops.
co-ops.
Yes, we do. Oh my gosh, that's such a good idea. Okay, we'll talk after.
Just not to give you more work, Steph, but you know.
But that's fine. Like I'm here for it.
We
you know?
want people to be with all their wristbands adding up, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good idea. I mean, just in case, like for anyone who doesn't know what a POAP is, I think Anya kind of said it best just now. It's basically like a digital party wristband. Like, you know, when you go to FETs, they give you those paper wristbands. And by the end of like Carnival, you have like 5 or 6 of them just stacked up just to say you went there. Well, that's basically what POAPs are. So it's basically like, well, it would be like a free NFT that we give you guys for showing up and contributing and just being awesome, you know?
Yeah, and the best thing about it is you get more than bragging rights, ideally, you know, because you have them, we're going to be able to gift you guys stuff and add more benefits for having shown up from day one. So you guys are our day ones 100%. So we want to be able to reward you with whatever we can come up with over time. Which brings me to just one more thing. I think it'd be great on these calls if there's like some way for people to drop feedback, you know, whether it's like you have a new idea or, you know, you're interested in one particular thing. Like I think Cecile asked when you heard school when I said school. So I'm interested if like there's interest in a school, you know, like the whole point of this is that we like crowdsource ideas and figure out what we can actually bring to life together. So please don't be shy with any new ideas. And as a community, I think we have lots of collective resources. We can do so much more together than individually. which I think is kind of one of the biggest reasons to form a DAO, is to mobilize new ideas and bring as many, I'm interested in real estate tokenization. Great. Yeah, I think that exactly that. Like, let's just share what's most interesting to each other and figure out like, how can we help each other get things going, you know? And that doesn't have to be a fashion thing. Like, it doesn't have to happen through Wildflower even. Like, just the sky's the limit when we can get together and help each other out. So thank you so much. This was so great. Thanks guys again for making it happen.
Yes, thanks
And for everybody for coming.
All right, bye guys. I'm gonna work on a co-op tomorrow for this one. So you all go. It's happening.
Bye everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.